Good morning, everyone. Today is another Saturday, another full shift in the shop, so to speak. We got several things going. The Ultimate Bee is making its first order actually today, so that's exciting. I've got it working on some double-sided welcome signs. There's going to be three total. Two of them for one order, another one for another order. We're doing two. The two that goes together is going to be for spring, summer, fall, and winter. And then the other one, I think I have to relook at my book on that, but I do know they chose the fall, and I think it was the spring that they wanted for theirs. So we've got it running right now. We've got a stovetop cover glued up right here. We're going to get it cleaned up today. And if that gets done in time today, probably get it engraved today. We've also got two blanket ladders worth of material here, pre-cut to size. Now I do my blanket ladders a little bit different. I looked on YouTube when I first started making them, and I just watched several videos and then took all the best points from each and kind of combined it. So these are 5 foot tall, 3 inches wide, and at the top here I stepped over an inch from this edge and then cut a 15-degree down this edge. The opposite end has a 15-degree on it. When this is setting flat onto the ground or onto the floor, that edge can lean flat against the wall. This will all get a good 1/4 inch round over put all the way around it. And then each ladder gets 4 rungs. And I've already got all of those prepped right here. Each one of them, a couple of them fell off on me. I still got to clean up where I drilled the pocket holes, but each one of them gets 4 pocket holes with 4 pocket screws in them. They will also get the same 1/4 inch round over on all the long edges, and then I will glue and screw them to the main rails. I set them at a 15-degree also, so that when it's setting on the floor, that little 15-degree is setting flat and it's leaned flat against the wall, every rung is perfectly level. But we got to get that done today, get them hopefully assembled today if nothing don't happen. We got to get those welcome signs, at least the majority of that, done today, and then see how much we can get accomplished on the stovetop cover. As of now, the welcome signs and the blanket ladders, that order came in first, so it's first come, first serve. But I'm going to be working on this too, and we're just going to get as much as we can possibly get done today done. And I'm going to set you on time lapse like we did last week, and we're just going to go with it. Well, done pretty good today so far anyway. I ain't hardly done yet, but another loud noise. Starting to wind down the day. Got this blanket ladder completely put together. It's ready for its final sanding before it can go in the house to be clear coated. Customer wanted it to be natural wood. This one is completely done and sanded, so it's ready to go in right now. Let's see, let me move this out of the way. Got one welcome sign pretty well ready to go in the house. There's the summer side. Here is the spring side. That's pretty well ready. I'm going to put a round over around the edges, all of the edges of it. Got the stovetop cover panel cleaned up, so it's ready to be engraved as soon as the welcome signs get done. Right now, the second double-sided welcome sign is being carved. It's going to be a winter and fall design. The winter side is the one that's carving right now, and I'll be flipping it over probably in another 5-10 minutes and doing the fall side, and then I like one more to do, and then that will be done. I've got a craft show coming up in October, and I'm needing to get some stock work done, so after I get these 3 orders finished up, which they should be done, if not by the end of this weekend, hopefully by the end of next weekend, these 3 orders will be completely finished up. And let's see, I got some of my ottoman trays I got to do. Hopeful to do some of the aluminum pan trays that I just made there last weekend on the video. Delivered it to the customer this week. They loved it. Actually yesterday. Also delivered the memorial cross that we done last weekend, and the little cedar shelf that was completed last week. So all 3 of those are delivered, and I like these 3 orders, and then I like one other order for a walking cane, which I have not done in a while. I'm looking forward to that. That's something I enjoy doing, but they don't sell that much, so I don't make them for stock. But I'm looking forward to making that. It's going to be a walnut and maple 3-piece cane. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'll probably video that process, at least do like I've been doing. But I'm going to get this sanded and get the round over on the welcome sign and start smoothing the rest of the day out to finish up here in a little while. So I'm going to put you back on time lapse, get this stuff done. Hey everybody, we're pretty well going to call it quits for today. As soon as this toolpath finishes up on the CNC, which it's only like about 14 minutes, I just paused it right now. I wanted to show you the machine right quick, as this is probably going to be the end of this video. I'm going to probably get out here tomorrow and get the paint sprayed onto this sign front and back, and probably get it sanded off and do the round over so it can go ahead in as well this weekend. But let me just flip you around right quick so I can give you a quick look at this machine. Okay, that is it. It's an Ultimate B CNC. It's the 1500 by 1500. I've got the Carbide 3D trim router on there. This machine is all ball screw and linear bearings and linear rails. No belts at all. Like I said before, I've never had any issues when using the Shapeoko with the belts that it has. It's always done well for me, but it is absolutely wonderful to have the ability to do this extended size carving now. I do have to figure out something about dust collection. Now, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I've been just vacuuming it up and then in between jobs, but it's getting a little old. So we're going to see if we can't do something about that. But huge bed on this thing. All of the computer controls, or the controller and power supply, is right there in that box I built. I put me 4 little electrical exhaust fans like they would use in computers in those little ports. Then a piece of filter material like they would use on a window air conditioner. These 2 on top pull air in. This one, and there's another around that side. You can see it there. They push air out because it does get quite warm in my shop when I'm out here. The only way I've got of cooling it is that big fan right there. I've got that set on a pivot to where I can swing it up out of my way. But I'm going to be doing an overview of this machine very soon, as well as an overview of that machine. And I'm going to do a comparison of the two in the same, all in the same video. So if you have any questions about this machine or the Shapeoko 4 XXL, either one, drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them on that video. But yeah, that's probably going to be my next regular video that ain't like a shop vlog. These are just so much easier for me to be able to do and actually be able to get orders completed. But I got some new clamps cut. I was going to order some more of the Carbide Create or Carbide 3D ones. You know, these right here, the little green ones. I got a washer in there. That's a good little tip. You can put a washer in there that's the same width, and it'll keep the bolts from chewing up the plastic so much. But I've been using those now for probably around 3 or 4 years now, and I've had a few to bite the dust. You can see how that one's bent and it's also got a crack there that you can't see. So I went on to Etsy, and a fellow CNCer, way more into it than I am, but has great videos to go by and watch. He has a set of plans for making your own clamps. These are made out of just simple pine. It has 3 different sizes in it. This is the 5-inch, and they've got there's a 4-inch and a 3-inch. The 3-inch is about the same as the carbide clamps. The ones I've been using today have been 2 of the 4-inch on the front, and then 2 of the 5-inch along the back. But so far, excellent. The bolts, I just put me some T-nuts in my waste board I got on Amazon, of course, and found some T-nuts that are the same thread pattern as the T-nuts that come from carbide. So that way, if I need to use the screws or the bolts that came with the carbide clamps, I can use them on this as well. But I've about transitioned to where I've quit using the carbide Allen headed bolts. Main reason is they're so bad to plug up. And let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, right here. You can see what I mean. Hold on. You can see down in there that wood color. Sawdust gets down in there, and if you don't clean them out every time, it just builds up constantly. And I got tired of it, so I started buying the Harbor Freight a bolt assortment in the metric sizes. And let's see, right here, same exact thread pattern, and they're super long. There's 2 different sizes of length in that kit. Right here's the other. Hold on. Right there you can see there's 2 different length sizes. Both of them same thread pattern, and you can adjust that large one to work on the carbide clamps simply by putting a couple of nuts that also come in the kit and just locking them together shorter down on it. And you can do 1/2 inch material, 1/4 inch material, whatever. Just adjust that up and down as need be. But on this, they're working super well where they're so long, it's allowing it to go all the way down and not have to take it out every time I go to replace the material. So, but that's pretty well going to be the video for today. I'm going to finish this tool path, which it says, like I said, it has about 15 minutes left. And I'm going to get it finished up, and then I'm going to call it quits for today and try to finish up tomorrow. And then probably the next video y'all will see is just an overview of the differences between the Ultimate Bee and the Shapeoko. And then I'm going to try to do a review video on the Vevor 5-watt laser engraver also, which is right there. That has been a major change for the shop. It's been a super help, especially when I was doing all those coasters last year. If you follow me on Facebook. I'll see you on the next one. If you have any questions about anything you've seen today in this video, anything you want to see me talk about on the CNC video or the laser engraver video, drop them in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. See you later.